Gotta share. Let me share these shit out, and we'll be right back on the road. Ain't got nothing better to do than sit up and hate like a mother. And saw another. I'm gonna put this shit on the main channel too. Let's see one more share.
Stuck around like hardcore and was actually attending the meetings and active in chapters, then it's something that they would adapt and adopt to, or adopt and adapt to.
All right.
But you have people that are Zulus that they're not necessarily in a chapter. You know, they've been Zulu for such a long time.
Now let me ask you this: the existing Zulu nation right now, is it like a form of fashion, or are they literally here in the United States? Because I know you said it's a worldwide organization, and we know that
worldwide.
Yeah, but here in the country, in the United States, are they still as well organized as
Absolutely
was maybe
not.
20 years ago? No?
New Jersey chapter no longer exists. The Brooklyn chapter no longer exists.
Goddamn.
As far as I know, in New York, the only chapters that exist is chapter 16.
Wow.
Maybe natives.
And what do you think happened to those chapters? Was it a result of Bambaataa or something else? Just a split
All these the New Zealand chapters shut down. Like, chapters shut down because of his pedophilia. You have some people that don't care if he's homosexual.
Damn.
You have some people that do care if he's homosexual. I'm one that does care. Like, I've had arguments with people. It's like, so what if he's gay? That doesn't matter. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, it kind of does matter when you have beliefs in the Zulu beliefs that would therefore, if you're telling me Zulu belief number one is we believe in the one God who's called by many names, Allah, Jah, Most High, Jehovah, Elohim, Ra, the Source, and you're mentioning Judeo-Christian names and Islamic names and a name of Kemet, they were all against homosexuality.
Yes, sir.
So that is a contradiction. If you're telling me rule number 6 is we Amazulus do not believe in capitalism, white supremacy, homosexuality is liberalism, which now people call progressivism, and that is a part of capitalism, white supremacy.
Right.
If you're telling me in the laws, in the laws and regulations, one of the laws and regulations, I think that's law and regulation 18. We believe in the laws of Musa Moses, an eye for an eye, tooth for tooth.
And these are Zulu. These are Zulu parameters they set as laws, or is that a holdover for the Moors? This let me cut this music off. I put some music in the background on you because you going in. This is this more specifically akin to the Moors, or is that a hierarchy that's set up only in the Zulu?
No, this is for everybody. Like, if you were to join Zulu Nation right now, when I left, the rule stood that if you were to join a chapter, in 90 days you have to memorize your 15 beliefs, 46 laws and regulations, your infinity lesson. And then you would fill out your application to receive your ID card and your medallion and flag.
Wow.
Back in the day, it wasn't organized like that. In 2013, when Pepsi became president and Ahmed came back on the scene, things changed, which I thought was for the better. It became more structured and more organized.
Now, is
because
Pepsi?
Back when I joined, you know how you join was you might have to walk an Apache line. You might have to fight. You know, you might, if you're a B-boy, you know, you might just have to battle it out. Like, you know, it wasn't applications and memorizing stuff. Like, it wasn't, that wasn't part of how you joined. That wasn't how you joined. So it appeared that it became more structured and organized.
Now, let me ask you.
But the problem was that when it became, in appearance-wise, to be more structured and organized, there was things that was left untouched, untalked about, as far as beefs, as far as people that still, when I say still around, I'm talking about still around, who cause a lot of problems. So the question is, are you going to allow them as the Supreme World Council and as the World Council? Are you going to allow these individuals that fucked up the Zulu Nation at its peak because of the bullshit they were doing? Or are you going to kick them out, or are we just going to let them keep around? And what they did was they let them keep around. Some of them just kind of went by the wayside, and just you'll see them reappear here and there. But there were still individuals that stuck around that caused a lot of problems. Back when I was a teenager, and these were grown men that thought they were like 15 years old, trying to like G-check teenagers. You know, I recall being at meetings, grown ass men telling teenagers, "I'll split your wig, I'll fuck you up." Like, wow. And I've always been outspoken when I was in Zulu Nation. I didn't tolerate that because I knew that wasn't right and exact. I knew that was some bullshit right there. And so there was people that didn't like me. There was because I didn't fall in line with what they wanted, and that was one reason me and TC became tight. Because TC liked that I spoke my mind, and I didn't let grown men at the age of 17 who were like 30, 40 years old bully me and stuff like that.
Now let me ask you a question concerning that, brother. And rest in peace and rest in power to his energy and his essence. That brother, it seemed to be that his demise was like many of the other brothers, maybe that, you know, have historically been in Arizona or Nevada or Texas and had close dealings. And brothers and sisters out there, don't think I'm taking a shot at the Nation of Islam, but these are words from Farrakhan's mouth. Even with David Ruffin, you know, there was a nasty element of Islam connected to that. And so I want to know from you, do you really believe that he met his demise at the hand of that group, or was it something conglomerate bag of issues? What do you think about that brother and his passing?
I think,
if without saying nothing that you don't need to be saying, Malik.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Was he an angel? No. TC could be an asshole. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He could. TC could be a cocky, arrogant asshole. But I love the brother, you know, and you know, he's, you know, something that he was proud of was the genre of music that he invented was called jungle.
Wow. He
invented that. And that's a very popular genre of music, underground wise in America, but very big in Europe.
Wow.
And you know, he got his Grandmaster title at one of the last Zulu anniversaries.
I think I saw that. It was like he was talking on the mic for a long time, standing at the DJ booth, because they was giving him an award.
No, he was on stage. It was at SOB's on Houston Street in Manhattan.
Okay.
And Melly Mel was there, Grandmaster Kaz, and he got his Grandmaster title, so he became Grandmaster TC Islam. He was very good at his craft. TC is somebody that brother really could truthfully, really freestyle the top of his head. No written, freestyle, and the shit was ill.
Wow.
He was very talented.
I didn't even know he rapped at all.
Oh yeah, well, jungle. When you hear jungle music, it's rap, but it's super fast.
Wow.
And it kind of has like a reggae vibe to it, with hip hop, with different genres of music kind of just put together.
I'm about to look.
So it just, you know, consists of a DJ, consists of the beats, break beat, and samples, and rapping.
I'm about to look up some of that right now.
Wow. Because keep in mind, I'll say this is that I know that there was people who didn't like him in Zulu that had high positions, and I know he didn't like other people that had high positions, and I know that he used to push hip steppers a lot. That was the next thing that he came up with after Aliens.
What is that? What is that?
Hip stepper is it will. It was a chapter, but it was bigger than a chapter in TC's world. Hip step was a way of life.
Wow.
Hip step means to progress, to keep it stepping. Whatever you're going to do, you're Michael Edwards, you're going to have this YouTube channel, hip step, brother. Make it the best you can do. Fuck all the haters.
Nice.
And make it all about you and get that money.
Real talk, man.
And be successful. That was hip step.
And that was his organization or a think tank or idea? It's an organization.
It was a chapter.
Cool.
It was actually an international chapter as well. I mean, he had people in Australia, he had people in Europe, he had people out in Cali, he had people in New York. I mean, he may have had people other places, but definitely in England and Australia and California and New York, I definitely know he had numbers. And so, you know, a lot of people didn't like hip step.
Right.
You know, but some people didn't like TC, period. You know, whatever. They had their various reasons. Some people loved them. But when I left, I stopped talking to a lot of people. And TC was one of them. Because I didn't really know who to trust. Right.
That's understandable.
So I kept my distance, and I feel like shit because there was one day on one of a posts that Hassan had, and TC was on there, and his name is Tony Bell, and I kind of got really rude with him on the post, and he thought that I was still Zulu. And so he inboxed me and said, look, bro, he was like, it is what the fuck it is. Here's my number. Say what you got to say, air it out, but I still love you. You're my brother. I never called him.
Right.
Never spoke to him. And then he dies, like maybe a year or less later.
Damn.
But when I look back and I see the fact that, one, at that point in time, he did step away from Zulu and I didn't know it because I had stepped away. And so I only spoke really to two people that eventually stepped away from Zulu. And he had stepped away, and then you see him on Star. And he revealed what he revealed. I also think that there was more that he wanted to reveal, but he just didn't reveal.
It looked like he had more to reveal, and just his demeanor.
And the fact that he was on the run. See, a lot of people will sit there and say, I've heard from a lot of people, they'll say, oh, you know, Zulu's not how Zulu used to be back in the day. That's a fact, it's not. But that don't still mean that there's not killers.
Right. And
that still don't mean that band don't got killers. That still don't mean that, you know, that element does not exist. Not just in New York, but that don't mean these people are in other places.
And did the brother meet his demise in California, or was it Atlanta or somewhere?
Georgia. Yeah, it was like Atlanta, like somewhere on the outskirts of Atlanta or something.
Okay, because there's so many people saying so much different bullshit. There's so many people saying so much misinformation. One cat told me it was out. He got done that way out here, and it's in Georgia.
It was out in Atlanta. I mean, Sister Lila is gonna be coming up with that documentary soon. You know, and
right. I heard about it.
I won't reveal the conversations we had, you know, but I just know that conversation with her is based on two other people that I know that are close with TC, that were very close with TC. Like, TC was on the run for life.
Wow.
Because you gotta understand something. TC's apartment was near Fordham Road in the Bronx. And when I used to live on the Bronx, like, I lived in walking distance of TC. So I'm talking like again, like the time in that video you saw me and Inky, I was living in the Bronx then.
Okay.
So, like,
yeah, you was right in the heart of it.
People know where you live.
Damn.
So it's like how, when you're in something like I'll use me. Zulu was my family. I was adopted. My family died when I was a child, like a little kid, like a baby. So I didn't have the greatest upbringing. So Zulu was that substitute.
Wow.
So when you're in something like that, and that has been your protection, like, oh, where you gonna talk shit? Run, let me call my people. What the fuck now? Like, and
yeah,
who's who, what's what, and who can do what, and who's capable of what, and how, who, and whatever moves.
Right.
And then you step away from that, you're naked. You're naked from that protection that you had. Because who you gonna go to? If that's who you relied on, who you going to? I'm gonna hit the. I'm gonna go to the Latin Kings. I'm gonna go to some Bloods.
Yeah.
Who am I gonna go to?
Yeah.
So you're left like, oh shit. Now I gotta deal with things differently. I gotta move differently.
Right.
And so that's something that I've learned since I left. And you got to move smart, but I'm to the point now that it's just like people have to know, like this Hassan and Round Sav and all these people, they're not lying, man. The dude is, listen, when getting back to the stabbing, when all that took place, I'm not going to say the brother's name. He's somebody that you know of. He's somebody that I've met. He's somebody that people that we know. And he had told me one day, he was like, yo, he likes little boys. Now, I was still Zoo at the time, and I was shocked when the brother said it to me. So that was an additional confirmation to the stabbing situation, right? But prior to Pepsi being the president of the World Council, the person that was in the World Council position is somebody who's known as Al Kareem, a gay Muslim guy.
I never heard of him. He's an openly gay Muslim?
Openly gay Muslim.
What the hell?
And,
No, I'm laughing. I'm saying, what the hell? I ain't never heard of an openly gay Muslim.
Oh, yeah. And so,
wow.
When he was in leadership, me and my people were Zulus, but what we did was we concentrated on Jersey. We weren't going to New York. We weren't going to the meetings because at that time, the meetings were actually canceled. There was nobody really going to the meetings. They were restructuring certain things, so there was really no Universal. And if you went to Universal, but there might be like 3 people there, compared to it being a place you go to where you can't find a seat, that you might have to be in the hallway or something. Wow. So while this guy was in leadership, I ain't deal with him. So knowing that a gay guy who's Muslim was president, and I'm seeing other gay people come to the meetings. So that night, when they had discussed me taking the other position that I declined, I said to Ahmed and Muhammad, and there was a brother there named Malik, and Malik passed away like a year ago in a motorcycle accident. And there was another brother named Prince. And I said to Ahmed and Muhammad, I said, let me ask you something. And I already knew the answer, but I wanted to hear their rationale, because Muhammad and Ahmed are both Muslims. And I said to them, I said, is it true that you're allowing gay people into Zulu Nation? And Malik grabbed my shoulder, and he looked at me, and he didn't say, and I'm on record many times talking about this, and I've said this in more than one interview. I'm telling you. He didn't say, brother, yeah, there's gay people in there. He grabbed my shoulder tightly and he said, brother, with his eyes wide open, he said, brother, you'll be surprised who's gay in this nation.
Damn.
Shaking his head. Ahmed Muhammad looked at him with the what the fuck look. Like, shut your mouth. And I look at them and they put their poker face on.
So this
when
guy,
he said that to me, I already knew what he was talking about.
This guy,
and I said, peace,
protecting
and I walked out the meeting. And that was me quitting. Now, I'm going to tell you why I quit. Because there are some people that say, well, just because he's gay, what does that mean? This is the problem with it. The first belief that I quoted, the sixth belief that I quoted, along with the rule and regulation that we believe in the laws of Musa, Moses, an eye for an eye and tooth for tooth. The law states, again, it didn't say we believe in this law or we believe in a law. It says we believe in the laws.
Keep going, Malik. Malik, keep going. I got to run to the bathroom. Keep going. Keep going.
Of Musa, Moses, an eye for an eye and tooth for tooth. There are, according to the Old Testament, 613 laws. One of the laws in Zulu Nation is you can't eat pork. That's also found in the Old Testament, Leviticus 11:7. You know, so my thing is that when you read that, coupled with, you go to a meeting and the red, black, and green flag is present at the meeting. The red, black, and green flag. What does the red, black, and green flag mean? The red is for the blood of the people. What people? Not just any people, but of the African people. And of the Africans who are in the diaspora. The black is for the black man, the black woman, and the black child. And the green is for the land, the natural resources, the riches. And this flag was created by Marcus Garvey, who was a Pan-Africanist and who was a Catholic. And I don't believe that Marcus Garvey believed in homosexuality. And so when you, with that flag, what it means, when you're talking about the black man or the black woman, the black child, when you're talking about black people, in order for there to be black people and African people and Africans of the diaspora, it required there to be men and women producing life. So I see that to be not homosexual. The other problem is the flag of the Zulu Nation. The flag of the Zulu Nation is a flag where you will see the 9 planets. And then there's a middle planet, which is some pseudo bullshit that Bam got into, which is planet Nibiru, which comes from, which comes from the whole Nuwapian thing.
I never seen the flag.
And so when you look at the flag, you see the Bible, the Quran, and the coming forth by day, the Book of the Dead. The Bible is against homosexuality, Old and New Testament.
That's right.
The Quran is against homosexuality. The 42 Articles of Confession, the laws of Mayat, is against homosexuality. When you're sitting there talking about Marcus Garvey, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan, Malcolm, Father Allah, when you're sitting there talking these men's names, all of those movements and all those men were anti-homosexuality.
That's right.
When you're saying that Zulu Nation stands for knowledge, wisdom, overstanding, which you really got from the nation of God's earth, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. What is knowledge, wisdom, understanding? Knowledge is the man, is the son. Woman is the wisdom, is the moon or the earth. Understanding, overstanding is the child, the stars. It means completion. 120 plus 120 plus 120 equals 360, a completion.
Yes, sir.
So the problem that I have is that when a person lip professes something, but in actuality is something else, why not just come out, my man, and just say, I'm good?
Now, what? Pause right there, Malik. Pause right there. This woman calling me inside, but I want to do part 2 and the part 3. Cause you going in right now, and I don't want her to stop mess me up.
Well, can I just finish this one part?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Absolutely.
All right. June 2015. Because I want this, everybody understand this. Like, June 2015, an individual comes to me and some other individuals. And this individual, let's see, I just turned 40. This guy right now has to be about 43 or 44. And he's telling us how Bam has always had a crush on him, and Bam is always like,
damn,
been, flirtatious with him since he was 12.
Wow.
Now this guy did prison time. He may not be the biggest dude or not like that. He's a street dude. He's from the Bronx. And, cool dude, somebody we smoke our trees with, whatever, have our laughs, And to see him teary-eyed, holding his tears in, but afraid to tell us that not only was he a victim, but it sounds like more or less he's still a victim at this age.
Damn. Is he a homosexual today, or is he just,
He got kids, and I know he loves women.
Wow.
But the weird thing is that this guy did something, right, that really pissed Bam off in 2015, and like this about Meg after I left.
About what?
And he stole some money.
Oh, wow.
All right, but here's the thing. He admitted to stealing the money. He admitted he stole the money. He's just saying he didn't take the amount that he was told that he stole. Because I've peeped out. I've seen people that if Bam's cool with him, Bam will give you his debit card. So you got his PIN number.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen Bam do that.
Wow.
And so, how I can best explain him is that you ever meet a female that she's real tight with this dude, and everything's good with him, and then she comes to you, she's like, oh, he's beating me, he's cheating on me, fuck him, I don't want to be with him no more, I'm not going there no more, da da da. And then you see her 2 days later, and they're back together.
Yeah, back with him.
That's what he reminded me of.
Damn, man.
A wounded woman in an abusive relationship.
This brother Bam got some control over these brothers.
He had then disclosed to me 2 other brothers that be over his house, that I know for a fact that be over his house, that do things, that Bam does things to them.
Damn.
And so from that point of June, with that, to me going I was at Montefiore Hospital in the Bronx. I went to the dentist. There was a black spade that saw me, that recognized me. He said, yo, let me talk to you. We're in the hallway. He said, yo, what's up with your nation, man? What's wrong with your nation, man? Y'all need to put that nigga in check. And he doesn't know I left, and I'm just listening to him, and he's talking about how Bam is a pedophile and he's gay.
Damn.
And he's saying that he's the spades that don't, that they're not feeling it, they don't fuck around with him. They don't.
And are these older brothers still respected in their communities? After they held this shit, do people still, respect them?
That's then there's September of 2015. I was working at a bar in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and this particular bar is a very popular bar. Like Mike Myers would come there. Known DJs and rappers would come there, right?
Right.
Well, there was a particular rapper that came there, and all I'm going to tell you is that he's in a famous rap group that everybody knows. And at that time, I didn't get my hand. The tattoo I had on my hand was a Zulu Nation tattoo. I didn't get the cover up yet. That tattoo I got off my hand. So he saw my tattoo, and he said, "Peace, Aki." And I said, "Peace." I was like, I'm not in Zulu Nation no more. So we started talking. The brother started crying to me because I told him why I left. And he said to me that he knows, a lot of people know, but people don't want to say shit because they're scared. And the other thing is people don't know how to say it, without worrying about people getting pissed off and mad. Because the thing is that this is the other thing people don't understand. The people that know, that still stick around BAM. Okay, BAM and these people enable each other. Oh, I know Ben likes fucking young dudes. I know he's gay.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy. I know he likes to rob. Yeah, I know he likes to kill people. Yeah, I know he likes to sell drugs. One hand wash the other. So they're not going to say nothing. So it's one hand washes the other, and they're enablers. And then you also have men today that are in their early 50s, the mid 50s, that's around BAM's age, maybe a little younger, that how they look at it is this. BAM wasn't molesting kids. BAM just like young boys.
What the fuck?
Because wow. When I was BAM's age, I liked young girls. You some motherfucker, you was a pedophile too.
Real talk.
It's just you're heterosexual and he's homosexual.
Damn, bro. Man, so Malik.
That's the dilemma of this.
Malik, when can we do part 2?
Tomorrow.
What time you want to do it? So I'm gonna let the people hear.
I don't care.
Tomorrow I have a rehearsal, so let's do it in early evening, like 4.
For your time, what time is it where you are now?
9:37. So you 3 hours ahead.
So 7 o'clock my time. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Man, I want to do it because this woman looking at me and shit all crazy. Yo, Malik, I appreciate this time, and I'm telling you, I'm finna take some notes, and I want you to teach me, brother, and teach the people. And I was gonna ask you, man, and say to you that I respect you for your fearless speech, speaking truth to power, man, because a lot of people scared than a motherfucker to talk about this shit. But I respect you, man, for real.
It's about the babies, man. People don't think it's about the babies because people got to think like this, and that's like when I come at Dr. Pork and Princess Pork, and people's like, oh, dude, if that was your child,
right.
If that was your niece, that was your nephew, if that was your man's kids, if that happened to your parents, whoever it's close to you happened to, I bet your ass wouldn't be fucking saying, I'm going to stay quiet.
Real talk.
We have to start thinking as a family, as a unit, and we have to think we and us and not I and me.
Wow.
It's about the babies.
Real talk, man. I want you to come back tomorrow, brother. So I'm going to just put the advertisement up tonight, and we'll be back on tomorrow.
All right, brother.
All right, Malik, man, hit me up on text and let me know your confirmation tomorrow and all of that, bro.
Okay, all right.
I know the people gonna love this shit here. It's a good amount of views on the other channel, so I'm gonna put them together and I'll send it to you, man. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right, my brother. I'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
All right.
Peace and black power, my brother. Yeah, family, you heard it. There it is. There it is. So y'all come back tomorrow night, and we're going to pick up from where he left off. Yeah, we're going to pick up from where he left off. And if Malik want to do 5 parts, we'll do 5. With that said, y'all niggas stop fucking trolling my channels. You wasting your time. You see I came right over here, and I got 20 of these. Oh, shit.